So most of the sheets are gone. They have not recovered it. And this is most of that's their kitchen area. So I'm asking Mr. Ramil, unsay atong masulti sa atong mga viewers, sir? What can you say to the viewers?
Ako unta nga nahalay bisag gamay ng tabang okay pero nako.
She's just okay if you can help her a little bit. This was all he's asking. Nga unsa nga tabang imong pasabot, sir?
Kanang makapabarog ta kog balik sa akong balay.
Ang he wants you to help him. That's all the help he wants, is that his house will have roof, that they won't get wet anymore. Because right now they are scared about the rain. A little rain used to be a welcome treat for all their plants, but now because they don't have roof, that rain is a threat for them to get wet at night. So that's all Mr. Ramil is asking, is help for his roof. This is our prospect house number 11, and it's not funded yet, and this is, I believe, is one of our deserving recipients. That's all they're trying to say, because that's all the paperwork about their documentation in life is more important than all their clothes. Bitaw, no? Sakto sa Ma'am Tisha. Guys,
Sana kay
sa module mo gipabitbit na module
mga NSO files, all their files, yeah, nabasa sad. All their food here was all wet because all the roof here, all the rice, everything is wet. But one that they secured in a plastic container is their files. So this video is about the targeted house 11. Victoria was telling me that on the top of the forest there's a family that needs help. But I said to her, I cannot assure that I could be able to help. It depends on the donations. But I will just film it now that I'm here and see this house on top of the mountain. Agoy. Oh. Oo ba?
yan lang gubaon din yan butang nagsulong kuyawan na siya bagyo yan lang idayon sa yuta
so you can see we need to, my God, to go underneath this big tree. Stop here because you know what happened? I skid on this little walkway that they had. I was there pick up from this hole, and this tree is the one stopping me from going all over down there. So things that I have to do to help people. So we still continue now. I lost my glasses. At least I found it there. There's so many thorns on my back now because I fell. I'm here halfway through the third hill I'm climbing to see these houses that might be our house 11. So I'm here in the Tower Mountain now, the third mountain, and this is the view from the third mountain. But we are still halfway through, so I'm just having a rest, you know. The old girl here can't go straight walking 3 hills without stopping. Yeah, see, there is no proper pathway. You create your own. Pa.
Iniguan mo. Bastang danguga di masayon.
Yeah, imagine rain, darkness. Oh my God, what is happening? Why are they living here so far away from Nice signal diri?
Naa.
But there's tower signal, which is another advantage. But oh my God,
Pero layo.
it's so far away. So I arrived here now on the third hill from where I live. There is a beautiful view from here, but it's just hard to come here. I'm here in the house of Ramil and Tisha. Ramil is like a charcoal maker here in our neighborhood, and he has 9 children, and this is their abode. He is like the master lechon maker that I featured one in my videos, and this family is just farming, and this is how they live. I told Mr. Ramil that I cannot assure you that I could help you, but it all depends on the donation that I get. So the family don't want a lot. All they wanted is a roof. This is house number 11. House of 9 children, although some of the children are building their own shed somewhere else, but you can see they are living here. These are the 3 rooms that they build out of bamboo, but they have no roof. And this is what they said, that they are asking assistance is the roof and the wood for their house. They are not asking much more. They like their simple life here. And oh, I heard this sofa when they got this. This is another one that's been thrown in the subdivision. And this is the way they live. They are farmers, and they have animals, like mostly chicken, the wild chicken. And this is the one that they're asking help from the charity, is the roofing. Because right now they are just putting tarpaulins on top of the remaining sheets that they have here on the roof. So most of the sheets are gone. They have not recovered it. And this is most of that's their kitchen area. But this amazing view. I said, why are you living there so far away? This is what considered as forest here in our neighborhood, because actually this is the share of Mr. Ramil from his father, not her, sorry, from his father. So the family is living simply. They get the water from the rain. And what's the best thing is, most of the children of Mr. Ramil have been educated, even if just high school, because this is the father of Laika. If you see in my old videos when I'm still starting as a YouTube channel, I featured Laika, a very hardworking girl who's trying her best, helping her father, doing the charcoal so she can go to school. She wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and walk to school. I could see them and her sisters before, during their still schools, that they are walking just to go to school and walking back just to go to school, go back from school to home. So this is the family that I was thinking of asking, pleading to your heart that we're deserving our help. They don't want much, only the roof on their head. And this is where the area of the kitchen, and I think Mr. Ramil is in here. So this is Mr. Ramil Minyosa, Arela. So kuan, pila na edad na to, sir? 50. Sayo ka namin yun, no?
21 pa edad.
So he was married when he was 21 years old. Si Tisha pila edad ato?
20 city.
Maguwang din mo Tisha. So his wife was 27 years old and he's 21 when they got married. Nya pila tanan ang suplings. How many children you had?
9.
9. So they have 9 children. And asa namang uban ana ron?
Ano nabaho silang kuya po?
Wa pa minyo ana.
Si Angga pa og si Undo mo silbi nay kaipon.
There's 2 that's got partners, but they're not actually married as informally married. But he is so ikaw ra gyapon nagsuporta ning mga bata. Kasi suportahan nimo kamo na lang. So she's supporting all of them, even the one that's so-called have partners. They still come here on their modest kitchen. This is their kitchen here that Mr. Ramil managed to put back the roof that he can find, but you can see that there's so many holes on the sheets because these are all the leftovers from the typhoon, and this is their kitchen area. And one good thing about this family is even they're poor and they still bond together and they eat. Ari mo mga ondre ni Ramil, no? They eat all the family, all of them will eat here together for their dinner time, lunch time, you know. They all manage to come here and bond together as a family despite their situation. So, yung makita sa usa ka buwan ni Ramil, I was asking him about how much he earns in a month.
Kating-taki na nun, may lagkakotag 5K.
So, 5,000 pesos a month.
Kuwang pagkikinas budget.
Yeah, of course, that with 9 children.
Nihit. Sa kabuan, nihit. O di ko kahabwag ulit.
So, because I said that he is a charcoal maker here. He's a known charcoal maker here in our village. Yeah, and then he's also very talented. He's the one neuters the dogs. I hired him to neuter all my dogs for like 100 pesos a dog. And all of them's been alright. And he's been known for that around here in the village, like a local vet with just the knowledge without the training of the school, but he's more can cure these animals. That's why you can see the daughter here, like got pets, and they have pila ka inyong iro ga? 10 dogs. Because their father likes dogs and the children as well have pila na edad nimo likes?
17 going 18.
So she's 17 years old, and I could remember when I interviewed her before 15 pag-ato ga no?
Nanood ulit.
Because she was doing the charcoal, I interviewed her, Laika, a hard-working girl. She's now almost 18 years old. That was she was 15 before. Nya karon unsa na kang graduha?
12.
She's now grade 12. Happy ta kang mo graduate diga.
June daw among close graduation daw.
So she is working hard. Like I said to you, she's now grade 12. That's the highest that you can achieve here for high school, which is grade 12. And
magmakahabwa-habwa ulit. Magmatingusan mo kabot 5.
So that's what Mr. Ramil was saying. He's working hard to earn much as he can from the charcoal to support his family. And he's quite happy to hear that Laika is now graduating from grade 12. And then, mo college yung kaga, mag-working na lang ka.
Di, bagoro ko ka-college, mag-working ko, pero sa TESDA sa kay, isid man ng budget.
She said,
i-search ang budget
Gisuwayan
sa
ako.
kanang
Kuan
mga
karon na year kay requirements man mga laptop, wifi, mga
may kwarta ikapalit.
So that's why she's because of the requirement now that you need to have an online classes of what is happening right now. So Laika is just planning to have a vocational college first, then an actual college, but she's planning to do a working job and then go to college at night when it permits. As of right now, it's just you need to have an online tools to be able to go to college, in which, as you can see in her situation, it's not possible for her to have the tools like laptop, cell phones, and load your data, for your classes. But you know, she is the girl that I featured before. Laika is working so hard to finish high school, and now she will be doing it by June. She's now 17 years old, soon be 18, and be graduating from grade 12. She's a very hard-working girl, and ang imong asa maros dentist siya?
Kuantan siyang nanay dungaw gusto builan.
Because I was asking where's the wife, and Mr. Ramil was saying that she visited her mother in Tabuilan. And kani dugen diri jud ka nataw diri ni Ramil? Oh.
Tubo may kaming tubo ara diri.
Because I said, are you born here in this area? Because it seems like they know the whole place so well, and they are one of the natives here. Even ang imong mga ginikanan diri sad nataw, no?
Diri.
So
Yes, papa si ma'am.
no, so
They're
his father is one of the natives here in this area. And aside from panguling, unsa pa yung lain nimong pangita ni Ramil? Farming. Farming, vegetable farming, charcoaling, and also nam sa mga hayop-hayop ga, no? But they got a few pigs, a couple of pigs, and wild chicken, kani mga manok. Because they're selling the wild chicken, native chickens around, which they don't put it in a cage. The chicken are just roaming freely all around. No, wala nyo gitangkal ga, no? Free range. Only the chicks that they are putting on a cage, but when they're older, they can free to roam around, and then they just call them when it's feeding time. So that's what Mr. Ramil's means of living, and that's why I said to you, viewers, donors, that this is one of the deserving family, and they don't ask so much. Not like the house number 9 that asking now for a bigger house. They're just asking their roof to be fixed. And you can see their simple way of living here. This is their kitchen, and most of their house materials is made of the local bamboo that you can find around the neighborhood. So that was their house there. And the only thing the setback for me is this is like 3 kilometers from the road where I live. And it's going up the hill. I was just telling Mr. Ramil that I fell over the ditch. Good that there's no water coming up here. Like I told you that I fell over on that ditch because one of my legs skid on it. And I'm covered with leaves. Asan yung water coming? Dito bus? So, good that you still have water supply over here. Electric na? May electric dire?
Pero nangaputol ang wire.
Nadyo di ay ni-connect dire?
Katong poste
sa
dito sa ubos, magpuan mami dito.
Sa dito kami sa ubos, magpuyo. Nakapataod mi dito.
O niya.
Pagbalik nila dire, ilan ang sigiguyod.
I was wondering about this bulb here. And I was asking, at this distance, do you still manage to have electric connection up here? So what they did before, they were living down there when nearer the road, and then when they were kicked out by the owner, they bought the electric to here. So they're the one who transferred it from their main connection down there. So right now, it seems like it's hard to say when they're gonna have the electric back, because we don't even have electric in our own place near the road. What more up here? So they will be looking for all the wires again, because some of the wires has cut off and blown away. So here you are. This is my prospect for house number 11, Mr. Ramil Arel. So I'm asking Mr. Ramil, unsay atong masulti sa atong mga viewers, sir? What can you say to the viewers?
Ako unta nga nalay bisag gamay ng tabang okay pero nako.
He's just okay if you can help her a little bit. This was all he's asking. Nga unsa nga tabang imong pasabot, sir?
Kanang pabarog ta kong balik sa kong balay.
He wants you to help him. That's all the help he wants, is that his house will have roof, that they won't get wet anymore. Because right now, they are scared about the rain. A little rain used to be, a welcome treat for all their plants. But now, because they don't have roof, that rain is a threat for them to get wet at night. So that's all Mr. Ramil is asking, is help for his roof. This is our prospect house number 11, and it's not funded yet. And this is, I believe, is one of our deserving recipients. So you can see there's a mango tree beside the house, and all the all the branches of the tree is on top of the roof. So that's why the roof, you can see that they put that in their CR there. And that's the situation of the roof, that it's really thin. And then the lagi ang CR kay kuan na gyud guys, because Laika was telling me that their mother managed to save all the modules, the NSO birth certificate ninyo. That's all they're trying to save, because that's all the paperwork about their documentation in life is more important than all their clothes. Bitaw no, sakto sa Ma'am guys.
Sana kay
Sa module mo gipabitbit na module
Mga NSO files, all their files, yeah. Nabasa sad. All their food here was all wet because all the roof here, all the rice, everything is wet. But one that they secured in a plastic container is their files. Everything is wet aside from that piles of modules, the school things, grades.
Hapit na basa ang module
But they still managed to pass the modules next day. Wow, huh? No, they pass it to the teacher next day because they put it on that container there and put it there because it can cover up the plastic over. Hala, oy. Nakapass pa yun mong module, no? That they have completed all the requirements for school. Oh, but some of the modules got wet, but like half, not all of it.
Kabuntag na ni singa-singa ng init. Hala, ihalag pa sa papel. Pagkandang uga-uga na po nito sa nga to, kanang lupa na kung sa naman yan.
So next day, when it was very hot next day after the typhoon, all of them was putting their modules to dry on before they pass it in school.
Online class, guba sa gamit. Sa mga computer, mag-guba ang hapon.
Modules. So she said that they're very lucky that they save all their modules for school and all their files, personal files and stuff like that. They don't care about all the other things, materials things, but as long as their school stuff is complete and then get submitted to the teacher next day. Gaahak, no?
Ang katulong sa mga files, sige, dahil siya sa ilang gikas City Hall.
Like
putos ang plastic, ikabiba. Umod lang hapon, oy, naalang gituhok.
So despite all their effort to make their files dry, there's still some tips of it get wet. Because, you know, it's hassle to get all those files about your birth certificate, mga health certificate. You have to spend hours to queue up just to get that. And also the rice that they have to eat, the remaining rice that they have, like a quarter of the sack, is all wet. It can't be eaten. All colored black. So this is the kitchen of Mr. Ramil. So ana lang sa Mr. Ramil kanang ako lang sa ning i-publish. I will publish this video and then we'll wait kinsay mga donors nato, sir. Okay. And then I will inform you nga ang yung mga materials na nasubos pwede na yung hakuton. She said that I'll still thank you ahead if you could help him. He's not asking much. He's only asking shelter, a roof on his head, because he's willing to work hard to support his family as he's already been doing that. But with this kind of disaster that just happened, he has to work hard for the food of the family, and he has to find those roofing money as well, which is making it so hard for the family. So this is how far I've been, 3 kilometers from where I live, going uphill, and now I'm on top of the hill. The view is amazing, but the distance is not, because I have been skidding and been falling over inside the dry river. So all you can hear here is the birds and the wind.
Manang lagi-lagyo.
So I am now back down to the third hill. I'm going up again to the second hill. So this is the edge of the third hill. So like 3 kilometers from where I live is going up the hills is where there's 2 houses that I have. House number 10 and the prospect for house number 11. House number 10 doesn't know that she's already fully funded. I wanna surprise her. And that's Victoria and Jarrell's house.